Hey Taurus, my name is Crystal. I'm with Salt City Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your reading for December 2021 for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I've already pre-shuffled the cards, and I'm just going to do it just so you guys can see. So for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, I hope you guys have had a good year. You guys know that, like, December, of course, is the last month of the year, right? So it's like the last reading of 2021, and like it's on to like 2022, like all of that energy. So anyway, I hope you guys had a good like eclipse season, good like past full moon and all of that. Let's see what's up for Taurus. Okay, and so I pulled the bottom of the deck first on this one, so if you notice I'm not pulling it at the end, that's why. Some of you guys are wanting to go back to an ex. Please don't do that. They're probably honestly a narcissist, and they don't have your best interest in mind. And it's probably going to put you in a place 20 steps backwards from where you are now. And you might be like, where am I now? Like, oh, I don't feel like I'm very far now since I've been with this person. But you really are. It's like sometimes when you are walking, like, so imagine like, you know, like when you're walking like up a hill or up a mountain, or you're like just on a walk with your friend and you look back and you're like, did I really walk that far? It like doesn't seem like I've been like going that long, or like walking that far, or riding my bike that far, or jogging, or whatever the situation, right? And you look back and it's like forever, you know what I mean? And you're like, wow, I can't believe that like it's been that long, or I can't believe it's been a year, I can't believe whatever the circumstances. You might not realize the growth that you've experienced, and like the like hurdles that you've jumped, and like what you've learned, and the healing that you've gone through. You might not like realize that right this minute, especially if you have an ex that's like coming back in. But if you go back to that ex, like, you might as well just, like, take an eraser and just, like, wipe all of your last however long it's been out, you know, because you're going to go back into the exact same situation with the exact same energy, that no matter how much they say that they've changed or they've grown or whatever, like, likely they probably haven't, and likely you're probably just jumping into, not to be weird or morbid, like a pit of fire. Don't do it. Like, that's like my intuitive, before I even start reading this kind of reading, okay? It's not good for you. It doesn't serve your highest good. It's gone for a reason, and you're meant to move forward. You're not meant to go backward. So, with that said, Taurus, let's go ahead and get started in your reading. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands, okay? Passionate new beginning. This could be like a younger fire sign person, somebody who acts younger. This could also be like this like weird ex person that might try to come back in. They might just act younger. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Or this is just you. Like, you might find something new and like you're passionate about. See his face? He's like, yeah, buddy, I found something. I have a new passion about something that I'm going to run with, okay? And that's largely probably what it is, but just on the off chance. So here in the center of the reading, we do have the Temperance cards, Sagittarian energy, also, which Sagittarians are also fire signs. But this is like balancing things out and like taking the time that you need, because with water here, making sure that your cup is always full, and always making sure that, you know, you're filling someone else's cup as well. So you're having a good balance here with the Temperance card. Okay. So crossing that is the King of Wands. So here's a fire sign energy here. Again, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. You might feel like you're trying to make ends meet, just some of you, Taurus, and no matter what's happening, you just feel like you can't quite stop thinking about some of this might be an ex, okay? An ex, and I hear Aries largely. But For those of you who are not in that position, this actually, if you're not dealing with like a toxic ex, and we'll get to why I feel that way also in a minute. If it's not a toxic ex, please be like honest with yourself if it is, and don't go back to that if it is, okay? But for the rest of you guys who are not dealing with a toxic ex, this could be someone who is, you're feeling very fiery. Like you're feeling like the King of Wands, okay? You may have like a little animal, and you're just trying to balance like your emotion and stuff, and just kind of do the best that you can and stay very driven, very like focused on what it is that you're looking for and what you need. In the recent past, though, we have the Seven of Wands. And with the Seven of Wands, like, it's like you are feeling like you have to defend yourself about something that you're very passionate about, okay? So, like, you're like, I feel like I have to defend myself in regards to something, and you're not happy about it. I feel like you're being attacked by a lot of people. See how there's, like, 7 different wands? He has 1, but there's 6 that are attacking him. He feels very attacked in regards to something. So take that however it resonates, Taurus. Now, what's going on in the pit is that you might be having some nostalgic feelings. This is like why I'm thinking that some of you guys might go back to a toxic ex. Cannot stress it enough. Don't do it. Not worth it. Seriously, don't do it. You're literally going to put yourself 20 million years behind. So if that's what you're doing, 100% it's going to end poorly. Don't do it. They probably don't have your best interest in mind. I'm picking up on a lot of like narcissistic energy as well. Don't do it. That's the last I'm going to say about that. There's more in regards to why I'm doing this. But this is like deep within like the roots, right? You're like soulmate energy, nostalgia. Like even if this person was like not the best to you, you might be thinking about the possibility. You might be like in the root of the stomach, be like, oh, but like, was it really that bad? Was it real? Sometimes they brought me flowers. Sometimes, once every 5 years or so, I had a flower, right? But largely that was probably, for those of you who, I'm picking up, for those of you who are like in like a not so great toxic kind of relationship, probably they were bringing you flowers because they did something shitty that they shouldn't have done. And instead of even sometimes saying they were sorry, they were just like, here's this nice thing. So now it's done. They don't even like apologize. They don't have to. They gave you a flower, right? So keep your head on straight in the month of December, Taurus. Like really, I feel like you're gonna be tempted, some of you guys, to go back to a toxic ex. Like it's gonna be hard not to. I think you've been fighting this for a while. Why? Because we have the devil here. Could be Capricorn energy, but also on the brain, you're obsessing about a toxic relationship. Toxic relationship. You're obsessing about it. Not only in the mind, but in the pit. Because whatever this was, you're like, well, it was the best relationship I ever had, even if it was shit. That doesn't mean that, like, that's the only relationship you'll ever have. That just means it's the only relationship you've ever had. Well, I'm 50 years old. Well, you know what? You're halfway to 100. You have 50 more years to date shitty people. Like, just don't date this shitty person. So anyway, take it as it resonates. But one thing about Taurus, I love you guys so much, but you can be really stubborn. And so, oh, they weren't that bad. Oh, this is for your best good. This is for your highest good. I'm not telling you shit to blow steam up your ass. Like, I'm telling you this because it's something that you need to know, because it's something that will probably bite you really hard in the ass, and one day you'll be sitting there with your shitty ex, alleged soulmate, partner, toxic person that you may or may not, hopefully won't go back to. And you'll be sitting there and you'll look over at them and you'll be like, God, they fucking suck, and why did I go back to that? But I'm stuck now because I'm here, and what am I gonna do? And now I'm like 75 and I'm miserable. You know, like, and please just, like, feel free to bitch me out in my comments if this doesn't, you know, if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. If it does resonate, you were mad, whatever the fuck, like, whatever you want to do. But for those of you who it resonates with, like, don't make, today you have the choice to do something different than this. Just because this romantic shit that you had with this toxic narcissist that you're obsessing about, you know, just because that existed doesn't once upon a time, because it doesn't currently, it's something that you might be thinking about. Maybe it does currently exist. Like, get the fuck out of there if it does. If that's what you're, like, thinking about all the time, like, figure out something different to think about. Find some other way to meet someone. Like, you don't, this is past. You're on to the next, man. Like, you're on to something better. Like, Taurus are so loyal. And that's why I give you guys shit, because I know how much you guys care. And I care for you guys, because I feel for you guys, because I'm a Scorpio, and I understand we're opposite signs. And I know that Taurus give their all to the people that they love, and I don't like them seeing getting hurt. So anyway, in the near future, we've got the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak, right? So whatever's happening, like, you might feel a little heartbroken in the near future. If you let this toxic POS back in, like, there's a large likelihood that they're probably going to break your heart again in the near future. I'm going to pull a follow-up card just to add a little sprinkling to the situation, figure out what's going on. So show me what's going on for Taurus, December 2021. Some of you guys are going to be reaching out to a very toxic ex. And it's not going to work out. Not with the Three of Swords there. They're probably coming for something, money. They may be coming for your child. You know, they're not in it for your best interest. So don't do it. Just, like, don't do it. Show me why we have the Three of Swords for Taurus, please, for December. I said the Tower, but it's the World. So the Tower might be significant as well. You might find your foundation is completely fucked because of this person, if you choose to return to them. But the World, forward movement, okay? So what happens after the Tower happens? We have the World, we have forward movement, we rebuild our structure, right? You might find yourself falling apart at some point in time, but what do, right? What do we do but we move forward with the World, okay? This is Chris Madsen's tarot deck, by the way. It's called the Witch's Tarot. They're so soft, like a kitten. Really pretty, really amazing models. This guy, he, if you want to buy the deck, if you're interested, leave me a comment in the comments below. But he has some really beautiful models. He has a friend of mine, one of my best friends actually, is a model in this deck. He's also in here. Really great deck. It shuffles well. It's just good energy. Anyway, so there's that for you guys. What's going on in regards to how you feel is the Ace of Cups, right? You're wanting to make an offer. Your cup overflow, right? You're like almost falling in love. Some of you guys are falling in love. Ooh, some of you guys are like talking to this person, this like shitty person from the past. This like shitty devil energy that's like broken your heart, and they're gonna like probably rip the rug out from under you, take all your money, and take your child. Like, this is really bad energy, guys. Really bad energy. Do not do it. I cannot stress, but you're Taurus, you're stubborn. You might do it anyway. I'm just telling you, your cup overfloweth for someone who doesn't give two sheets to the wind about what you're doing. I have a little dog over here, so so what's going on in regards to how people see you? The Two of Cups, right? You might be seeming a lot bubbly and happy, and people don't really understand why. It's probably because you're talking to your toxic ex. I'm sorry that I'm focusing so much on that for Taurus. Like, if you're not a Taurus, it's getting back with your ex, like, probably this isn't your reading. Because I'm feeling strongly that, like, with this devil energy here, and, like, the Three of Swords here, and, like, you know, the beginning of the reading, like, this is all about the Taurus that's thinking about going back to the toxic ex, or they're entertaining it, or they're talking to them. People see you as really happy. They're like, oh, they're going to work it out. Things are going to be great. No, they're not. They're not going to be great. So what's happening in regards to your hopes and fears? A slow-moving offer. For those of you, 15% of you Taurus who are not going back to a toxic ex, and you 100% are like, no way in hell they're like the best person in the world, they're super sweet. Could be a Capricorn person. This could, be a good person if it's not a toxic person. And if that is the case, it's hard because we have this Three of Swords. It's hard to say that it's not, because it's like, what scenario would it not be? For like, literally, probably like 3% of you guys. If it's a good thing, it's a good thing. You're just obsessed with this person. They're likely a Capricorn. In your hopes and fears, though, like, you have a slow-moving offer in regards to, either money, bringing something in, offering a new start, a new beginning with someone. And then what's the outcome of that is going to be the Wheel of Fortune, forward movement, things of that nature. So this is great. Wheel of Fortune's wonderful because it's not just the wheel of like moving forward, it's a wheel of like money, change, happy. But if you're have the devil hanging onto your coattails as you get your abundance and you move forward, he's going to suck the life out of you and all the money that you make. So careful, or she, depending. There's no gender shit happening on this channel because gender is just fluid. So careful, guys. Like, if this is a good person, it's a good person, you're going to know it. If you want a reading, let me know. I'll give you a personal reading. Shoot me a comment in the comments below and be like, hey, I'm struggling to tell whether or not this person I'm dealing with is actually toxic or not, or if I'm just obsessed with them with the devil energy there. I will help you clarify that, but this is not my favorite energy for Taurus. You guys are far too loyal, far too good-hearted. If this is you guys that are being the asshole, knock it off, but I largely feel like this is a fire sign energy that's doing that. Or maybe for some of you guys, a Capricorn. Okay. I'm going to do I was going to do a follow-up with my minis, but I'm just going to do one with the oracle here. Show me the message that you have for Taurus for December 2018. That might be significant to you guys. 2018. I'm going to say February 2018. Might be significant. Anyway, so what's the message for Taurus for December 2021? What's the message, please? Oracle message, please. For Taurus. Fog. Veiled. Some of you guys are going to, come to your senses in regards to a situation with someone. Because you are veiled. You aren't able to see. There's fog. You can't quite see what's in front of you. You might find that someone that you trusted, that you love, is actually not so much the person that you thought. But you're obsessed with them anyway, and you want to, not obsessed, in, a weird, fatal attraction way, right? But, your cup is overflowing, you have this, devil, obsession energy, this Two of Cups energy, everything seems wonderful, but, you're blinded in regards to what's going on, and unfortunately, and I feel heavy narcissistic energy, in regards to this person, okay? Then you might start with J. It might start with a D. The letter F might be involved. Usually, younger or older than you is what I'm getting. Yeah. I feel like it's financial driven though, largely. It's because they might say, oh, I have all this money, here I am. But at the end of the day, they want to get some kind of financial something out of you. They might come to you like, oh, I have all this money, and we're going to go do this thing, and it's great. But then you go for it, and then they actually end up swindling you out of money. So careful. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, but like be honest with yourself. Is all I have to say. Like you never know. But just if it isn't, it isn't. If it is, be real with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and be like, is there any way that Donald, Jerry, you know, Frederick, Francis, you know, Donna, who I'm getting just some names coming in. It could be other people. Is it possible 1960 is something that's coming, 1962, 1963, it could be like an older person, it could be a family member even. It's not in your best interest, okay guys? Really shady energy. Anyway guys, sorry, I wish I could have given you a better reading, but I'd prefer to just obviously give you the truth, so there's that. Like, share, subscribe, comment in the comments below. Check me out December 15th. I'll go ahead and give you guys a mid-month as well, and hope you have a good day. Thanks so much. Bye.